What's up guys, this is your man GidK once again. In today's video I'm going to show you how to retouch your images using frequency separation. And this image right on our screen, I got it from signatureedit.com. It was shared by a photographer for educational purposes, so I want to use this as a means of showing you how to retouch your images using frequency separation. Alright, let's dive right into it. So firstly, what we are going to do is duplicate our background and then do some few works on the skin, and that is the blemish removal. So you can do that using your spot healing brush or your healing brush to patch tool, any tool that works for you. I have a whole video talking of how to take out blemishes in your images, so we wouldn't stress much on this. And then I'm going to use the spot healing brush because it's faster and then it works perfectly. So we can see this hair strand here. Let's take it. Luckily for us, the background is also black, so you can do that very quickly, or you can even just rough it up and then you are good to go. So we are cleaning up the image by taking out the unwanted hair strands. For this, you can even go in for a brush and then set the color to black and then just paint over it. It's going to just take off. That's how easy life can be. So we are back on the skin, trying to take out the little blemishes on the skin. Yes. So you take your time so you don't mess up the image. Okay, I think that will be all. There's a hair strand over here. And here too. Good. The other folds on the forehead, I'm trying to take them off too. Yeah. Obviously they are going to run off because we are going to retouch them. Yes, a high-end skin retouching. All right, so that will be all. Let's do the before and after. Yes, and you can do that using your spot healing brush. And also I have a retouching pack that we are going to use today, and we are going to use the advanced gidkay retouching pack, and we are going to use the frequency separation 8-bit for this because this image is in 8-bit. So what we are going to do is you just have to give it a single click, and you can purchase this action pack which is available on my digital store. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. If you also want to know the manual way of doing frequency separation, I have a video which is in my old videos. You can go check it out and also do justice to it. But to save you the time, we've created an action pack that will do all the work for you. Yours is to just brush on the skin. So with just a single click, the action is going to be played out, and it's going to ask you your radius for the Gaussian blur, and this is where you have to know what you want to use for your retouching. So this is a light skin model. We don't have to do much on the skin. Yes, and we have to also maintain or retain textures in the image. So I'm going to use a frequency a Gaussian blur of 6 or 7 because it lies between smoothing and also retaining textures. So I'm going to use a radius of 6 and I'm going to press on OK. After that, you just leave the action to play, and that's all. So it's going to create these layers for you, and I always encourage or recommend you retouching on an empty layer. I've already explained myself in my previous videos. You can go check it out. It really helps. So to not make this video too long, let's quickly jump into retouching. So this is my mixer brush, and one exciting thing is this retouching action select your mixer brush automatically for you. Yes, and then you can also choose to use my settings or whatever setting that works for you. And if you are retouching on an empty layer, make sure you've turned on the sample or layers box. Make sure you've turned it on to be able to reveal the effect, and make sure you are brushing or using a clean brush. So this basically means after every stroke the brush becomes clear. Okay, now before you start retouching, make sure you've turned off the FS high layer. Yes, so now let's proceed. When it comes to brush movement, you have to take your time, especially when you're mixing different skin tones. I mean, shadows, highlights, and then midtones. So this is our highlight, this is our midtone, this is our shadows, this is our highlight too. So we are going to mix it gently and not mess up anything in the image. The main purpose of retouching is to enhance it, not destroy it. So you take your time. There are parts you have to reduce your brush size to cover that area. There are parts you also have to increase your brush size. So you can't use one particular brush unless I'm using 300 pixels of a brush size for all over the image. No, you can do, but you can tell it's going to take you decades for you to finish a particular image. Yes, and we want to work with time, because time is money. Yes. So you brush gently, you take your time and mix the skin tones. So we are doing a new year promotion on our digital store, which we are giving every product on our digital store at an affordable price. So it's a whole pack. Once you purchase it, it comes with a ticket for you to be able to get all the digital products on our store at a very, very low rate. So you can go check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Also, you're supporting our channel by purchasing something on our digital store. So let's see what we've done so far. So this is the before and after. Before and after. You can see we've smoothened out the skin, but we've at the same time maintained textures. Alright, let's continue. So I'm going to brush here too. Make sure you don't destroy the dimensions of the face, yes, especially with the contouring. So this model has another process of doing makeup. Yes. So we don't really have to do much when it comes to retouching, because in real life it has been done. This is that we have to enhance and correct certain things in the image. So you take your time and then you brush. Make sure you don't drag a particular skin tone color to the other, else you are going to mess up the skin. This becomes very easy if you are using a webcam. I always say this. So you can get yourself one. And then that doesn't mean if you're having a traditional mouse or the regular mouse we use, you cannot be able to do retouching. Use whatever that works for you. The main thing here is the results. Yeah. So whatever you are using to achieve your great images, keep on using it. Maybe in the future or as time goes on, you have to improve and upgrade your gears, your equipment for working, even your system as well. So let's say if you are using a low-end PC for editing, as time goes on, you are going to get a better one. And this is a new year. I'm sure you've added it to your goals to be better at what you do, to be able to get good gears to make your work very simple, and also high-end system for fast editing as well. And I'm sure Jehovah God will grant you the process. So don't lose hope. And that's how it is. If you don't lose hope, you are definitely going to get it. So you brush gently, and then you see this is a light skin model, so we don't have to do much. You have to take your time, and that's so I want to clean out this part. I feel there's a lot being doing on that aspect, so I'm going to brush it again. You see, that is one of the benefits of using an empty layer. It makes you know and see where you've messed up, so you can clean only that aspect and continue. Yes. People say I like saying lots of yes in my videos, but I assume that is my style too. Yeah. So I think we'll be done very soon, and then I'll take you guys to the next process. Have to take your time. You can work on the ears too. You can work on the ears. Just be gentle. Yes. Make sure you don't mess up anything. Then we come to the neck. You don't do lots of work there. Make sure you are not stroking your brush too hard. Just something like to soften up the surface of the skin. And then I think that will be all. Yes. So this is how we've transformed the image from looking like this to this. Yes, and that's how we've done frequency separation, or that's how we retouch our image. It doesn't end there. We are going to use our lasso to soften up the whole process. So just select your lasso tool. Make sure your feather is on 18 or 20. Select the area you want to apply the Gaussian blur to, and this adds a bit of retouching to what you've already done. So what this basically does is it softens up the brush strokes on the skin. So once doing your selection, make sure you stay out of the edges. Don't get too close to the edges. I always have to remember this and share it with you guys because it can mess up your whole process. You come to filter, go to blur, come to Gaussian blur, and then you can choose to input times 3 of what you did. So times 3 of the 6, but I don't want to go in that way. I want to break rules over here, so I'm going over 20. I can even go like 22 or so, but I think 20 will work perfectly, so I just leave it with 20. Select this aspect, and then I deselect it here. And because I've done it already, I have to just right click, and then it's in the history over here, so I just have to click on it, and that's all. So you gently do it, Gaussian blur, select here to apply same effect, Gaussian blur. Make sure you are not damaging the skin, or you are rather enhancing it, Gaussian blur. Come to the chin. There are parts that are not necessary for you to apply this effect. Just because you can apply it doesn't mean you can do it everywhere. And then when it comes to the nose, I normally don't really apply it on the nose, but what I do is after applying it, I just fade it, so it's more or less like I didn't do anything about it, because it's going to flatten up the nose. So about 15 is okay, and that is all. And this is how you retouch your images using frequency separation. So before and after, before and after. Thanks for staying tuned to the end of this video. Catch you on another exciting and educative video like we did today. Peace out.